Hi, I'm Laurel Kashinn, and I am a career excellence coach plus a professional resume writer. I help people write their story of success, including going beyond surviving to thriving in today's challenging times. And I do this by taking you on a journey to finding your unique genius lane. Because your job and your career are vehicles that take you on a journey of experiences. And in fact, when you think about it, all your relationships are also vehicles that take you on journeys, right, of experiences. Now, your unique talents and strengths are actually a source of energy that fuel that journey. And that's what I help you come to realize about yourself, to learn more about your talents and strengths. And we start out, and that's the beginning, we start out by having you take the strengths assessment, the Clifton Strengths assessment by Gallup. And if you already have taken that, that's fine. You can send me all your 34, or if you only have 5, send me the 5, and I will give you access to opening up, unlocking the upgrade to all 34. So after that, we get together for our first one-to-one coaching session, what I call a half-day writing session appointment. I schedule those on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, usually in the middle of the day, like morning to midday. That's when my brain is freshest. I share my screen, and basically we become a team of 2 experts. You are the subject matter expert in your life and career and your experiences and your skills. And I am the expert writer who is the expert in creating effective career documents. And I have to say, this process that I've been using for many, many years, over 1,000 people I've helped now, yields a really, really effective response. People find that usually they only need to apply to 5, at the most 5 places, and they are getting interviews. I've had people recently, I think because we get to the authentic you is on that page. Right now, we're in a time I'm finding more and more people are getting even better results. I've had people come and say, Laurel, I applied for 3 places and I got called from all 3. Okay, so I'm not saying that's going to happen. I can't promise that, but it has been happening more and more frequently because we're living in a time of authenticity is starting to really be powerful, okay? Because there's a lot of fake stuff out there. So anyway, so you do the strengths assessment, and we get together, we create that resume, and it's usually done in that first writing session. I call it a half-day session. It's a 3-hour session. Sometimes it might spill over to a 4th hour, but usually by that time we're kind of bleary-eyed and we're ready to be done. Usually that resume is about 95% done. I always tell people, proof it in the next morning. There might be a few typos and things like that. And whenever you proofread anything, I'm also a certified ghostwriter, and in the publishing industry, proofreading is a skill unto itself. Editors do not proofread their own work. Professional authors do not proofread their own work. Proofreading, you always want to go at it with fresh eyes and read from the back forward, like the last sentence, and backwards through the thing. And that's how you'll catch anything. Anyway, so I tell people you're part of that proofing process, okay? Then we schedule a second one-on-one session, and this is where we will go over the LinkedIn profile with training, cover letters, sourcing jobs safely. That means how to avoid job scams. Even though you might be in a situation where you're not going to be a target of job scams, you have people in your life who are being targeted, and everybody should know more about job scams. Anyway, preparing for interviews, we go through all of that, and utilizing a number of resources I've created. I'm also a graphic designer, and so I've created some really nice, easy to follow, simple, illustrated, I call them flowchart checklists of things that you go through in certain orders, gets you through all of the different steps to applying for a job today, all the best practices. So we go through that. That's the second session. Then the third session is about unconditional thriving. That means thriving in today's world, regardless of regardless of conditions. Okay, we cover training about what is genius, your value, energetic goal setting, and a whole bunch more. I use the teachings of multiple geniuses to help you find your genius lane. and find your way back to it. Because once you know when when you found your genius and what that feels like, and when things are really clicking, sometimes we veer off the road, we hit an icy patch, and we land up in the ditch, right? That happens, right? But mostly it's about learning that you can grab the wheel of your own journey in a very deliberate, conscious way, and knowing that you actually have an inner guidance system. I call it your iGPS, and you have an infinite intelligence compass. So everybody's talking about artificial intelligence. I'm interested in infinite intelligence, and you actually have access to that, and that's what I teach you. Okay, now, if all this sounds good to you, just the next step is schedule a free strategy session with me where you'll learn more about your situation, and I'll learn more about your situation and your goals and give you a quote. So thanks so much. Click the link below to schedule that strategy session, and I'd love to meet with you. Thanks.